Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Now let's talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that is the Second Amendment here in the United States of America, and that is the right to bear arms. And an arm is not restricted to a firearm. That's what a lot of people assume it is, or they try to water it down. You have to understand, back at the time that the Second Amendment was written, everybody's like, it's about muskets. Arm is an arm, whether it was a bow and arrow at the time, or a crossbow, or a sword, or whatever else. And that continues with the weapons here today. And now we see that the Massachusetts Attorney General is moving to ban sales of copyright assault weapons. And this is Attorney General Healey. Healey announced that her office was ratcheting up enforcement of the state's assault weapon ban by targeting guns whose actions are similar to AR-15s and AK-47s, but meet current cosmetic requirements, such as being sold without features like a flash suppressor, bayonet lug, or telescoping stock. Now let's take a second right here and pause. Do any of these provisions that I just mentioned, whether it's flash suppressor, bayonet lug, or telescoping stock, that doesn't really make the gun shoot any faster, because that's what the notion is, I guess, in the assault weapons ban. You don't want a fully automatic rifle. Having a bayonet lug, when's the last time you've heard a story here in the United States of America of somebody being stabbed with a bayonet that's affixed to the end of an AK-47 or AR-15? I don't know one off the top of my head. Also, the stock, all that is it moves the butt of the gun back and forth. So let's say if you have longer arms, you can extend it out. It doesn't make your gun shoot any faster. So they're banning truly cosmetic features of your gun. It's like if you're having spinning rims on your car. The spinning rims don't make the car go any faster. It just makes it look different. But we'll go down here to the quote of Healey. And she said, "This will end now." And this is an editorial piece for the Boston Globe. "On Wednesday, we are sending a directive to all gun manufacturers and dealers that makes clear that the sale of these copycat assault weapons is illegal in Massachusetts. With this directive, we will ensure that we get full protection intended when lawmakers enact our assault weapons ban." Assault weapons ban. Nobody's trying to take your guns. Nobody wants your guns. Nobody's trying to take your assault. Can you guys I want everybody just zoom in on that. Make sure everybody gets that. This is a quote: assault weapons ban. Her words, not mine, and not the watered down version of these protections offered by the gun manufacturer. So this is Attorney General Healey, Massachusetts, saying she wants an assault weapons ban. Well, number one, there is an assault weapons ban currently ongoing in the United States of America. You cannot go Joe Blow off the street, walk into Academy Sports and Outdoors or Cabela's and buy a fully automatic gun. You can't do that. If you do that, you have to have a Class 3 license. And if you think just going through the background check, this is a background check of a background check of a background check. It takes you like 6 months to get what you want anyway. So these are the things that they're doing. And as I said, they're banning guns on cosmetic features, just like in New York, the New York SAFE Act, similar things. They're talking about the stock on your gun, things that have nothing to do with your gun shooting faster or slower. It's just a cosmetic entity to the gun, nothing to do with fully automatic or anything else at all. They just ban things because they don't like them, because they don't like the style. You know, you can get a 22 AK-47, or it's just pretty much the AK-47 frame with a little 22 bullet, which is a plinker, just something people use for target practice, and people want to ban those because of the way that it looks. That's truly what's going on here. Now let's talk about something else, talk about Matt Drudge and the alternative media in general. Because over the past few years, or I guess decade or so, Drudge has been a huge news aggregate, pushing a lot of good information out there, but now they're attacking Drudge, and they're doing everything they can to pull down Donald Trump. And if they had to pull down Matt Drudge to do that, they will do that. And we see desperate liberals blame Drudge for Trump's rise. In a recent Business Insider article, link aggregator drudgereport.com is accused of aiding the businessman's rise to power by rewarding conservative media publications who cover Trump in a positive light with website traffic. Now let's stop right there. Are there pro-Trump websites? Yes. Are there pro-Hillary websites? Yes, I'll name some. CBS, CNN, MSNBC. Those are what you would call pro-Hillary websites, or at least pro-Democratic websites. So to go after Drudge for doing this, but to turn a blind eye to these other news organizations is highly hypocritical. Tossing Trump's considerable mastery of the press aside, Drudge is painted as a kingmaker who used his agenda-setting power to move Trump to the top of the ticket. Once again, when you have CBS, you have CNN, you have MSNBC doing all of these pro-Hillary pieces, which, I mean, at the end of the day, they do have the freedom of speech to do that, but then to attack Drudge for putting things out there about Trump, I don't really understand the logic in doing that. And as far as I'm concerned, I think Drudge, if Trump does something good, he says Trump did something good. Trump does something bad, he did something bad. Just like with the Mike Pence situation, a lot of people on the fence with that, and he didn't bury the fact that he picked Mike Pence. He put it right up there at the top of the Drudge report with a big red link saying Mike Pence is the pick, and many people had many negative things to say about that, not about the article about Drudge, but just the fact that he picked Mike Pence. So I think that's a very a silly way to view Matt Drudge. Now let's talk about another journalist, and this is a prominent journalist that was killed in an apparent car bomb assassination, and this was in Kiev. The country's top online news website said its journalist died in an explosion early on Wednesday as he got into his car to drive to work to anchor a talk show on a local radio station. The publication said the car was owned by its editor-in-chief. Now, when it comes to journalists, I'm very sensitive when people, die in these type of situations, because even if I don't agree with somebody's politics, it could be somebody who's like my Bizarro. They're anti-gun, they're pro-abortion, and on and on and on. If that person truly believes in what they're doing, regardless if I agree with them, I don't want to see harm come to them, because at the end of the day, they're doing what they think is right, just like I'm doing what I think is right. So I can respect that, even if I don't agree with that. And the same thing when I seen just a couple years ago, the guy, Reporters Without Borders, got killed and people were throwing mud on him like, oh, he deserved to die. I'm like, no, the guy was doing what he thought was right, and I can respect that. So it's very sad to see this type of harm come to journalists, especially in this, free and open society, supposedly. And we'll end with this. I saw an op-ed piece today. I think it was on Drudge Report, or Drudge linked to it. It was a LA Times piece saying that the government or the military was basically going to have to revolt against Trump if he gets elected. And it goes to all this scenario and could happen, sensationalism, all that. And that's one way to look at it. But we also have a Benghazi survivor saying that special operators will leave the military if Clinton gets elected. So you can pick your poison. You want Trump, you want Hillary. I personally don't want either of them, but you're welcome to your opinion. We'll be back right after this break with more special reports.
Are we at risk of losing some of our special operators, some of our best guys?
You already are.
Really?
There's guys leaving now just because of that, because they don't know if the call for help is going to be heard.
This council has no hesitation in proclaiming you all guilty. 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 Guilty.
Or not.
For me, Jarrell! Both you and them one day, Jarrell!
Hillary for Prison shirts are $19.95. We've been selling them as low as $5 because I want to get tens of thousands of them out there. There's like 80,000 of them now out there or something. They're all over the country. It's one of the top memes in the nation. But at $19.95, we can take all the proceeds and pay for aircraft in the skies. You've seen that be national news. You've seen that be the top meme in the country. It's amazing. We're leading the way on how to resist. We're ragtag. We're cross-eyed and exhausted half the time, but we've got the passion. We're going over the top. Infowarsstore.com is the umbrella site. I'm selling at $19.95 to pay for the banners, to pay for the 18-wheelers with the big signs, to pay for the Jumbotron videos, and it's really paying off. Hundreds of newspapers, TV, Hillary for Prison. You cannot, but all the shirts, we sell all the ones we have, it's like 60 grand. So, but we got more being printed right now. Everybody's got to go buy a Hillary for Prison shirt for $19.95 so that Infowars doesn't get on the hole, because I want to really go crazy with airplanes at the DNC. We're looking at blimps as well. We're not going to be censored. Infowarsstore.com. Get your Hillary for Prison shirts today. Look in the last 8 months how far that meme's come.
In one block that I walked just a minute ago, I saw 15 of those shirts just in one block. The drive here from my spot where I'm staying, 30, 40 tons of them. They're every single way. The rally yesterday, almost everyone in the crowd had on a Hillary for Prison t-shirt. It is amazing. And everyone stops And they go, what does that shirt mean? Why does she need to go to prison? And it allows us to engage in a conversation and teach these people who have no clue about who Hillary really is, about all the things she's been involved in.
And we're not laying down to that witch. She's not going to buffalo us. We're not coward. We're not broke back. We're taking action. What about you? Get your Hillary for President shirt. I know you already have one. Buy another one. Give it to friends and family. I'm telling you, the war is an info war. We're going to win. It's now been duplicated by countless groups, and I think that's wonderful. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And now it's all over CNN, it's all over Fox, it's all over the Trump rallies, the Hillary rallies. The #1 search term for a week straight last week, and still continuing, one of the top search terms is Hillary going to jail? This has been incredibly successful because it shows, despite corporate control and despite them trying to control the meme, we've had 3 versions of the Hillary for Prison shirt. All of them have been collector's edition and have helped fund the info war. We now have a 3rd edition in. The 2nd edition sold out. It's the same as the last, but on the right shoulder says Infowars.com. On the back, it says Infowars.com, legalize freedom. Be part of history. Be part of supporting the info war. Be part of meeting like-minded friends and family. Get your Hillary for Prison 2016 3rd wave shirts at InfoWarsStore.com. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139.